Hi guys and welcome back to Crazy G's. Today I'm going to do a very basic tutorial on how to rewrap a battery. I know this has been done on YouTube many a times, but I just wanted it on this channel so you guys have got every tutorial that you could possibly need for different things. So back to the basics of the very simple battery wrap. So all we need today is obviously the battery, a new battery wrap to go over it, some insulators and something to heat it with. So you can either use a heat gun or just a normal domestic hairdryer. I personally just use a hairdryer, just find it just as easy and gets just to the right temperature you need. So obviously with the battery wraps, you can either get these plain wraps or you can get the designed wraps from different companies. A lot of companies are bringing their own ones out of these now with advertisements on. Sometimes I use these, but personally I prefer the plain stuff. I get this off of Amazon, cuts the size as and when I need it. It comes in a massive roll and you just trim off the bit that you need. As in when, but as I say, this stuff's a little bit thicker than some of this branded stuff you can get, so I find it lasts a little bit longer, it doesn't nix easy, and just also I find it a little bit easier to work with. So before you get started rewrapping your battery, make sure your battery is completely clean, completely dent free, no actual damage to the battery, and it is completely dry. Make sure if you've got any little juice stains or any condensation from the previous wrap, get all that off before you think about rewrapping it. Depending on what sort of battery wraps you're using, if you obviously get them on the roll, you can have to get some separate insulators. But 9 times out of 10, when you purchase these, you get some insulators come with it. They're normally just little white ones that sit on it. You can use the previous insulator that's on there if you want, so obviously make sure it's in a good quality and still usable. But I personally use these little stick-on insulators. So these just make it a little bit easier, so then when you're using the heat gun or the hairdryer, it doesn't blow everywhere. So as anyone that's probably wrapped batteries, if you put the ones that don't stick on, it can be a little bit of a pain in the ass when you're hair drying that end, because it'll just fly off and you've got to try and then find it. So these, as I say, they just stick on the top, make sure it's in line and give it a little push, and that's on there now. It won't come off once the hairdryer starts blowing it. Then open up your battery wrap. So that's the only thing with these slightly thicker ones, they can be a little bit of a pain to open up. But once you finally get in there he is. Just open them up enough to slide the end of the battery in. And anyway, you want to get the battery, so it's got an overhang on the top and an overhang on the bottom. Try and make it roughly the same. Doesn't make a massive amount of difference if you get a little bit more on the negative end, but enough so this will then sit over the insulator, enough down there so it just wraps around. So what I would normally do if I wasn't using the stickers, I do the positive end first, just start holding it in, but it doesn't really matter which way around you do it. So I'm going to start from the positive end. So if you get whatever you use to heat it, either the heat gun or the hairdryer, and then put it on the low heat on the high setting, and then start a bit of heat over the end and they will start to curl. Wraps in nicely, and then we get in nice and flat, and then turn it around, and from the positive just start working your way up with the heat all the way up the battery, and you'll start to see it shrinking in. Now it can get a little bit hot in your hands. If it does get a little bit hot, just give it a little bit of a break, let it all cool that down and carry on. So I'm going to pop this up a little bit higher now. You probably won't be able to hear me, so I'm just going to crack on. As I say, I'm going to work my way up from the bottom all the way up to the top, and then lay it wrap across the top. And then once you get to the top, actually give it a good aim down so it all goes down nicely. And then if you get any of these creases out around the edge, just give it a nice bit of heat and it'll come out nicely. Nice, one wrapped battery. Nice one end, nice on the other. Might get that a little bit more heat just there. There we go, just get that one down. So that's completely wrapped now, no nicks, no slices in it. That's a nice new safe battery to use. Where they have obviously got hot, just leave them just for a few minutes before you even think about putting them into a mod. Let them completely cool down. Well, it's not feeling too bad, but let it completely cool down before you put it into a mod or into a charger, and away you go. So I hope you find this tutorial helpful for yourself. By all means, subscribe, like this video, make sure you do subscribe so that you can view any new videos coming up. There'll be plenty more coming from Crazy G's over the next few weeks, so keep your eye out on them. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Cheers for now, guys.